Good afternoon, Mr. Del Corso. I will be reading Anna the Cuddly Creature Story by Daisy Meadows. Llama Drama. Jean offered to take Charlie to the playground. What a relief. Now Rachel and Christy could talk to Anna. They knew Charlie wouldn't enjoy the petting zoo while the animals were behaving so strangely, so he wasn't missing anything as soon as Charlie and Jean were out of sight. Anna flew out of Rachel's pocket. Those awful goblins, Anna exclaimed. How dare they frighten all the animals like that? At least we know that the tiara is somewhere in the petting zoo. And said Christy, the goblins must drop it here. Quick, let's search for it before they come back, said Rachel urgently. It will be easier for you to look if you're the same size as me, said Anna. Rachel and Christy held hands as Anna waved her wand. A ribbon of glittery gold whirled from the tip of the wand, would itself into a circle above them. Then it burst like tiny fireworks, showering Rachel and Christy in silvery sparkles. They instantly shrank to fairy size and found themselves hovering beside Anna, fluttering their silvery wings. The girls started their search in the hen house, where Rachel noticed something. Immediately, the hen is far corner and sitting on something golden, she exclaimed. It must be the tiara. They flew toward the reddish-brown hen. She clucked at them in surprise. Excuse me, do you have my golden tiara? Asked Anna politely. Then hen moved slightly, and the girls saw that she was sitting on a bunch of tiny golden chicks. Although they were very sweet, the girls still felt disappointed. Let's keep searching, said Anna. They flew through a wooden gate into the goat pen. At once they realized that they were right under the nose of a young billy goat. The goat glared at them and lowered his head. Look out, cried Rachel as the goat charged at them. The fairies scattered in 3 different directions, and the billy goat thundered past. That was close, said Christy, hovering out of search. I don't think the tiara is here, said Princess Anna. The goblin would have been too scared of that billy goat to enter the pen. They left the goat still charging around in circles and fluttered into the rabbit hutches. A soft gray rabbit with fluffy ears stared at them in surprise. Christy reached out her hand to touch it, but the rabbit turned around and jumped into a pile of straw. All the girls could see what its quivering fluffy tail. The girls and Anna searched through the hutches, but they all could find were old lettuce leaves and pieces of straw. Suddenly a ray of something flittered into the hutch and made something in the far corner flash gold. Over here, cried Christy in excitement. The girls urgently pulled aside the straw, but all they found was a chunk of golden yellow corn. It's no use, said Princess Anna, pulling Sally to the ground. We'll never find the tiara. Richard and Christy floated down and put their arms around the princess's shoulders. Don't give up, said Rachel. We've already found 2 of the missing tiaras, and we'll find yours too, I promise. It's all 3 of us searching. We can't fail, added Christy. Jack Frost is not going to get away with this, Princess Anna looked more cheerful. I'm so glad you're here to help me, she said. The 3 fairies flew over the fence and found themselves in front of a llama pasture. Christy gave a cry of surprise as they spotted the 5 goblins sneaking through the gate. Maybe they remembered where they lost the tiara, said Rachel. Come on, let's follow them. The 3 girls zipped along after the goblins, staying close to the ground so that the goblins would spot them. The llamas were all in the corner, feeding from a large trough Tough, out of my way. Harry snapped the tallest goblin, shoving a cream-colored llama aside. Move over, big neck, shouted a second goblin, who was wearing his riding hat backwards. Was wearing his riding hat backward. He elbowed his way past a chocolate-colored llama. The other goblins scrambled forward to plunging the greedy green fingers into the tuft and scrapping out handfuls of llama grain. They seemed to be searching to see if anything was at the bottom of the trough. Those poor llamas, said Christy under her breath. Don't worry, said Princess Anna with a little smile. Llamas won't stand up for being pushed around. The llamas were already snorting when they got announced. Their food was being trampled to the ground by big goblin feet. The chocolate-colored llama butted one of the goblins and sent him headfirst to edge. Help! The goblin squawked in a muffled voice. I'm stuck. No one went to help him, and the chocolate-colored llama bent his head and trough. And when he lifted again, something shiny and glittering was stuck on the woolly fur between its ears. My tiara, Princess Anna gasped. A trough and a tiara. Unfortunately, the goblins had noticed the tiara too. Give me that, yelled the tallest of the goblins. He snatched it, but the llama gave a loud snort and bolted away from the trough. The other llamas followed him and thundered across the pasture to stop speed. Catch them, shouted the goblins. Stop those horrible hairy beasts. The goblins started to chase the llama, stumbling over weeds and roots, but their yelps, shouts only made the llamas run faster. They're too fast for the goblins, said Rachel. Yes, and they're too fast for us, too, said Princess Anna. How can we make them come back? The girls thought hard. Maybe we could lure them back with some food. Christy discussed after a moment. They darted over to the trough, but it was empty. Do you remember the sacks that Duchess kicked over, Christy? Said Rachel. Wasn't one of them full of llama grain? Yes, Christy exclaimed. Good memory, Rachel. Come on. They flew out of the pasture and through the petting zoo and into the cobblestone courtyard of the stables, and a sack of llama grain was still there, but it was 100 times bigger than the fairies. It's much too heavy for us to carry very far, said Rachel. We're going to have to change back into our normal size. Christy said, but it will take us too long to carry it all the way to the pasture. Rachel said, the goblins might grab the tiara before we get back. What are we going to do? Asked Princess Anna in a panic. At that moment, a loud neigh echoed through the yard. Merlin's handsome white head was poking out of the stall. His neighed again, and a big smile spread over Anna's face. Of course, she said. Merlin wants to help us. She touched her wand to the stall door, and it sprang open. Merlin trotted out his hooves and clattering of the cobblestones. Merlin can carry the sack to the pasture in no time, said Princess Anna. We just have to lift it onto the bag. Rachel and Christy each took a top corner of the sack, and Princess Anna grabbed the middle on the count of 3. They all rose into the air, fluttering their wings as hard as they could. Keep going, Rachel puffed. Not much farther. The bag seemed to get heavier and heavier, but at last, with a final heave, they managed to lift off sack and grain to Merlin's broad, strong back. Then they clutched and slowly and was off. Merlin cantered quickly back through the petting zoo in the llama pasture. The surprised faces of goats, pigs, and rabbits were in blur as he raced toward the pasture fence. Then he gave a loud whinny. Hold on tight, cried Princess Anna. The girls wound their tiny hands into the horse's silky mane, and Merlin soared over the fence. He landed on the soft grass of the pasture. The llamas had gathered together in a corner of the pasture, facing off with 4 of the goblins who were all flushed. and painting. The goblins looked very angry, but the llamas looked even angrier. They hadn't joined being chased by the goblins since Anna didn't have her tiara. They were feeling even grumpier than usual. As the girls watched the goblins slowly started to move forward, the llamas began to pound the ground, lowering their woolly heads. Those goblins had better watch out, said Rachel. It looks like the llamas are about to charge. Just as they finished speaking, the llamas ran at the goblins, who screeched in terror as they scattered around the passage. Quickly, Merlin, go up to the llamas, said Princess Anna. Merlin moved toward the llamas while Princess Anna, Rachel, and Chrissy pulled open the sack of food. The llamas didn't seem to notice them, but then Anna waved her wand over the food, sprinkling it with golden sparkles. A delicious aroma arose from the sack, said Llama paused and sniffed the air. In the distance, the goblins leaped over the fence and vanished from sight. Over to trough, Merlin, cried Princess Anna. Merlin trotted over to the trough, and the girls poured the grain into it. Within seconds, the llamas had stuck their heads greedily into the chocolate-colored llama was among them, still wearing the golden tiara. Rachel breathed a huge sigh of relief. Their plan had worked. All they needed to now get to lift the tiara from the llama's head. But then Christy gave a cry of alarm. The goblin who had been stuck in the hedge had finally wriggled free, and now he was climbing onto the chocolate-colored llama's back. A royal result. The llama gave a loud snort and kicked up his back legs and fleeing the goblin into the air. The goblin landed on the back of the next llama, who did exactly the same thing, and the next and the next. Yee! Ouch! Squawked the goblin as he was bounced from llama to llama. Ooh! Ow! Ow! Finally, he toppled headfirst onto the ground and lay there painting, sprawled in the mud. As the chocolate-colored llama dipped his head down to eat again, Rachel gently took the tiara from his woolly head. He handed it to Princess Anna with a big smile. We did it, she said. Princess Anna reached from the tiara and shrinked it to fairy size again. She placed it back on top of her golden hair, where it shining brightly as the sun. Girls, I will never forget what you did for me today, she said, smiling at them. How can I ever thank you? The best reward is seeing your tiara back where it belongs. Said Christy, giving Princess Annie a hug. We're just happy that we found it. Merlin helped too, Rachel reminded her friend. Princess Anna waved her wand and a large apple appeared in the air beside Merlin. He crunched on it happily. Princess Anna waved her wand again, so the girls returned to him inside. It's time for me to go back to Fairyland, Anna said. I can't wait to tell the other princesses how wonderful you've been. She waved goodbye, and then in a shower of sparkly fairy dust, she was gone. Rachel and Christy chatted happily as they led Merlin back to the stables. We did it, said Rachel. 3 of the missing tiaras are back with the princesses. That leaves 4 still to find, Rachel added. We'll find them, said Rachel in a determined voice. I know we will. As they passed through the petting zoo, they saw Jean scratching her head. The girls hurried up to her. All the animals seem happy and friendly again, she said in a surprised voice. It's like magic, as if this morning was just a bad dream. The girls shared a secret smile. This meant that Anna's tiara was already restoring the special bond between humans and animals. That's wonderful news, said Rachel. Charlie is on the playground, said Jean. I said I would send you to him. I'll take Merlin back to the barn. Thanks for giving him a walk. When Rachel and Christy brought Charlie back to the petting zoo, he was overjoyed that the animals were back to normal. They were able to let him pet their soft fur and feed them the little treats. Charlie crouched down and held out a palm full of carrot tops while hens clucked happily around his feet. He petted the guinea pigs, fed the goats, and even went to see Duchess in her stall. He was a little bit scared she might knock him over again, but as soon as she saw him, she gave him a friendly nuzzle. I think she's saying sorry, said Rachel with a smile. You certainly made a lot of animal friends today, Charlie, said Christy. At the moment, Jean looked around at the stable door. It's time for day's camp activity, she said. I think you'll enjoy it, Rachel said. Christy walked out of Dutch's stall and looked around in delight. Merlin was standing in the middle of the courtyard, harnessed the beautiful carriage that he had seen earlier. All the other boys and girls were there too. This is a guinea old ride carriage that has been restored, Jane told them, and Merlin will be happy to give everyone a ride in it. Rachel and Christy stroked Merlin's mane, and they climbed into the carriage with a proud whining. The horse set off. Rachel sank back into the soft velvet seat. With a giggle. I feel more like a real princess than ever, she said happily. Me too, said Christy, gazing out of the carriage, window of peacocks who all looked calm again. Oh, Rachel, I can't wait to find out what our next magical adventure will be. Rachel and Christy have helped Hope, Cassidy, and Anna find their tiaras. Now it's time for them to help Elsa, the Royal Adventure Fairy. Join their next adventure in this special sneak peek. I wonder what adventures Lois and Caroline have planned for us tonight, said Chrissy, smiling across the grand banquet table. Her best friend, Rachel Walker, was a spring vacation, and they were staying at the Golden Palace for the Royal Sleepover Camp, a specially long event for kids. Lois and Caroline were two of the place's camp directors. They had been looking after the kids all week, making sure the activities fit for princes and princesses. I'm sure they had planned something wonderful, said Rachel, scraping the last bit of strawberry ice cream from her silver bowl. The Bannock Hall looked very beautiful, decorated with lots of twinkling candles and lights. Christy gazed thoughtfully out a large round window at the end of the hall. It was twilight, but she could still see the shadow of the palace's crumbling old tower. It looked mystic, the purple sky, and it was the only place that the cameras were not allowed to go. I wish they could let us climb all the way up to the top of the tower, Christy said. I'd love to explore up there. It sounds kind of scary to me, said the girl named Victoria, who's sitting next to Christy. I'm not very adventurous. Victoria and Christy exchanged a secret smile. There already have been plenty of adventures that week. They had planned helping their fairies, the princess fairies, get their magic tiaras back from Jack Frost and Scotland. So far, they have found the tiaras that belong to Princess Hope, the Happiness Fairy, Princess Lazy, and the Costume Fairy, and Princess Anna, the Cuddly Creatures Fairy. But there were still 4 more tiaras to find. The end. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye, Mr. Del Corso.